HDA Goes Live. I am Akisha, the digital editor here at Hairdressers Journal, and I'm joined today by the lovely Louis Byrne from I Can, I Am, and I Will. Thank you for joining me today, Louis.
Oh, absolute pleasure. No worries.
We got here in the end.
Lovely to be here. Lovely to be here. Lovely to be moving forward and functioning and back to it.
Have you been back to it since Saturday?
I am now doing resident days at Nicola Clark by John Frieda. So I'm doing a Sunday. So I'm doing a little private Sunday session there,
Nice.
which is great. Yeah, we have the music pumping and just like hang out. It's really nice.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
I just realised I didn't actually intro what we're going to talk about today.
That's all right.
That's my job gone. But no, so today we're going to be talking about how to create positive vibes with your clients. And that's based on basically what you do in regards to like empowerment and positivity and encouragement. So can you like talk a little bit about what you do with I Can, I Am, I Will?
Yeah, I can. So I Can, I Am, and I Will is an empowerment movement. It's kind of a manifestation, a way to kind of look inward, accept who and what you are, deal with what you need to deal with to go on into life and face what you need to face. Because, you know, there's always things that come up. It's about putting yourself in the best possible position to be able to deal with what's going on.
Yeah.
It started from a dark, miserable time in my life, really, that I needed to sort of change cycles of behavior. I needed a fresh outlook. And that's where the positivity and the empowerment came from. I Can, I Am, and I Will. So we started by shooting portraits of people that have kind of genuine motivational, empowered stories, and we collaborate with people that have a message that they want to share or that have been through some extreme times in their lives themselves, because I think from that you gain a different perspective in life and you kind of see things in a fresher light. You know, if you've had a major cancer diagnosis, or like Ben West, whose brother committed suicide, or the LGBTQ plus and the trans activism and stuff like that, you know, and we've got a Bane community hair texture campaign coming out, and sort of cancer diagnosis in that community, which is also very difficult to deal with. So it really kind of like hones in on issues that need an open, honest line of communication to be able to deal with, because actually any form of recovery needs open communication. And then, you know, from starting the campaign, starting the portrait pictures we've shot in London, Lisbon and Ibiza so far, and then I started to use my social media as like more of a positive platform, really, to share what I'm doing, what people's messages are, and, you know, to just create a nice little network of people. I mean, it helps every time I shoot. It kind of helps me grow. You know, I'm always, it's issues that are important and special to me as well. And, you know, it's a way of opening a discussion and a line of communication. And maybe, you know, I need to learn a little bit more about some of these issues, and I need to educate myself a little bit more to kind of have a valid opinion about sort of things that are important right now. Because I think after what's happened in the world, you know, we need to be on it, and we need to have an opinion and drive it through, but with positivity and with love and yes, just sharing. It's a general sharing, beautiful thing.
Yeah, amazing. And where did your career in hairdressing begin?
My career in hairdressing started, really started from about the age of like 6 or 7. I used to stay with my aunt every weekend, and I used to do her hair for her, and that was a way that we would do something together. There wasn't much money around, and, you know, we needed a way to kind of connect and bond and to kill the time. So that was back in Northampton. Then I went to the college there and worked for a salon called Hensman's in Northampton, which were you know, a very strong group and still going, and got a lot of support from them, and then moved to London and joined the Brooks and Brooks team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then but now you're working as a
so from Brooks and Brooks, I went more into the fashion world and assisted with Sam McKnight for like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
And then from that, I joined, I became Ellie Goulding's hairstylist, and we did world tour and the album campaign. And then from that, I now work with Emma Willis with all of her work that she does in media. So I guess I've kind of become more of a media hairdresser.
Yeah.
And that's been able to open me up to being resident hairdresser on the Lorraine show. Then with I Can, I Am, and I Will, we teamed that up with the Lorraine show's January wellness campaign. So to promote I Can, I Am, and I Will, and positivity. And it was with Emma Willis and Vicky McClure. And we did like film segments, and we did a real stripped back raw photo shoot and created beautiful images. And they kind of gave their I Can, I Am, and I Will answers to the project as well. So yeah, it's kind of always constantly growing. And each time we kind of shoot, there's never really an end set goal. It's just about, you know, for me, it's about creating a body of work that I feel proud of, that I have no restrictions. And people want to, this is the thing with positivity, people want to get involved with it because we are promoting love, we're promoting positivity, we're promoting empowerment, we're promoting like a forward direction rather than a negative backward direction. People open up to you when you start with a real open, honest line of communication. People respond with an open, honest line of communication. You know, you kind of set the precedent for what you want and what you expect, and it really does work. And that I've found kind of through my journey of recovery, that is really what is important to me and what really matters. And for me, you know, my I Can, Am, and I Will is skill, wellness, and creativity, because I need to feel skilled. I need to have a sense of purpose, you know. But I've really noticed that during the pandemic as well. Like, obviously,
definitely
work's been cut, so like I'm like, shit, like that's work. Sorry, I shouldn't swear. Oops.
Come on. Live television, you know, here.
Yeah, my job is like, I love my job. Like, hairdressing is an amazing industry to work in, and it offers so many important things, and it's inclusive and it's beautiful, and you can be who you want to be, and it's a real supportive industry. To like then have that taken away and not be able to do it was just, you know, it's one of those things that we all have to deal with. But now we're on the other side, and we're starting to kind of ease into it a little bit more. And I think that's important, that we kind of do go sort of a little bit slower with it as well. You know, that's one of the beautiful things that lockdown has offered us all, like a real insight into, we have to sit with ourselves, and we have to be alone, and we haven't got the distractions of work, and we have to work out what's important to us and where we want to go next in direction.
It's allowed everyone to be quite introspective, I feel like, during this time.
Definitely. And I think that was needed, right? Like, we all got caught of wanting more, doing more, kind of trying to push ourselves as much as we can push ourselves. But, you know, true happiness, what is that? I think it's to appreciate what you have, and to savor time, and to savor the things that you do achieve, without kind of it really being a massive quick turnaround and you have to do the next, you know. Let's take a little bit of time to appreciate actually what we've got going on, and what we do, and let's really kind of learn and hone in our skills and our craft. You know, hairdressing from the pandemic has been magnified as an amazing, skilled, crafted industry that is, you know, really appreciated, and people don't want to live without it, and neither should they, because actually, you know, hairdressing and how your hair looks really is a motive to how you feel, how you represent yourself, how you portray yourself.
Yeah.
So I think it's wellness and hairdressing have to come hand in hand for me. It has to. I think with what I do, because I work closely with celebrities and, I'm a support network for them. I'm one of the last people they see before they go on stage. I really like to make sure that I try and deliver in every aspect and not just in hair. I want them to feel supported. I want them to feel in control. I want them to feel empowered. I want them to feel that I've got them if they need it. Obviously there's lots of times when they don't need it, but there's that off time when they can need it. So and I've noticed with the shift in myself from living more positively, more healthy, really looking at what is going inside of my body, how I'm fueling myself, how I'm nourishing myself, the amount of sleep that I'm getting, that exercise, but we're animals. Our bodies need to grow and to feel pumped and to, it's very important, I think. And I think the level of understanding of wellness is really lacking, especially people from I'm from a working class background, and I had no real level of understanding of wellness at all until I embarked on a journey of discovering it myself. And I think there are certain things that could be made a lot easier if people were more aware of, actions have consequences more. What we do with ourselves are going to impact and affect, and just that there's a different way.
And what, like, obviously in order for you to create positivity and to create encouragement, how do you yourself overcome things like self-doubt?
It's there. It's definitely there. We all have it. I think for me, what I've learned is that fear is the thing that tries to control me. Because fear stops me from going into the unknown. It stops me from going into something that I don't know how to deal with or what to do because I've never done it before. It's almost like our natural defense systems of our bodies not allowing us to go into something that we don't know. That can be a good thing, and that can also be a bad thing. So, I really like to try and keep myself as present in the moment so I can make a rational decision on whether actually I should go forth with what I'm thinking of. So I know my own mind. Do you know what I mean? Like just kind of trying to understand things a little bit better and having an opinion. And flipping the fear, and actually what's the worst that's going to happen from that situation? It might put me out of my comfort zone, but
Grow from it.
Like growing this community of people, a lot of them are my friends, a lot of them are street cast. Like it's all about kind of growing. And will you come and take part in I Can, I Am, and I Will you share your message with me? I'm sharing my message with you. What is your message? And then we create this special moment in time. And just the process of like sort of shooting the pictures is great as well, because it's intimate and we connect, and there's always going to be that moment of when that happened, and it's positive and it's authentic and it's genuine and it's beautiful.
And what advice do you have for hairdressers that are returning to work and they are feeling, you're saying like obviously it's inevitable, we all feel self-doubt. What advice do you have to them to be the best hairdresser they can be when they return to work?
I think going back to work, I've had some emotions about it myself, definitely. And is it the right time to go back? How much should we be doing? What is the best thing to do? But I think it is also very important to show a movement of going forward. And I think we are an industry that has been allowed to go back to work. The poor beauty industry and industries like that, it's terrible that they're and it goes a bit deeper than that, doesn't it? Because they feel it goes personal, because we're also personal about what we do and we love what we do.
Yeah.
And actually to see like the House of Commons laughing about a situation where you can't go back and earn your money is not where it needs to be. You know, that we need to have equality and openness and appreciation for what we do. And the beauty industry, we offer an uplift, we offer an emotive service of refresh and to help somebody feel better than what they did before when they walked in the door. So I think it's just our responsibility to make sure that we're in the best possible places that we can be, which is eat well, sleep well, exercise, learn about issues, think about positivity, you know, intentions, set a weekly intention. Like, what do you intend to achieve over this week block to next week block? Like, what would make you happy? What would make you feel like that you've kind of achieved? Whether it's just even setting your alarm so you get up at the, you know, we've not been getting up for months. Like, let's get up a little bit earlier and do a little stretching session before we go to work, so we're in the best possible place, you know. And also create. Get creative, get a can, am, and a will with it. Like, use that. What can you, what are you, and what will you for the week?
Perfect. And Marie on Facebook says, how do you deliver? So in regards to if someone was to wanting to be a part of I can, I am, and I will, how do you deliver your movement to them?
So I think it's important, like the message of I can, I am, and I will is on I can, I am, and I will.com and my Instagram page. So with each person that's sat for I can, I am, and I will, they've done a video content, we've done editorial, we've done video content. So there's a little explanation about them. For most of them, there's an explanation about them and what their message is. There's also a written explanation to the side. So you can sort of engage with what their I can, I am, and I wills are. Then, you know, just use it and think about yourself. Like, write your I can, I am, and I will for the week. We're intending on bringing out an intentions book that is so it'll be 52 weeks of the year, and it'll be a weekly thing, and then everybody who's taken part in it will have their images and I can, am, and I will printed in it as well. So you get to keep like a book of positivity for that year. And, you know, and just speak to your clients about it. Like, talk about how their experience has been. Like, share your journeys together.
The next question, by the way, guys, if you have any more questions on Facebook or within the Zoom, just let me know. My next question was actually going to be about clients, because obviously during this pandemic, you know, people will have lost family members, they would not like left the house. A lot of like hairdressers small talk can be what you've been up to, where you're going on holiday kind of vibe. And obviously that's not going to be the vibe when we go back in. There's a lot of PPE, there's no hugging. How can we create as a client and as a hairdresser, you know, positivity in the middle of a pandemic?
Well, I think what we have to be mindful of is that definitely, you know, I'm lucky that I've not suffered any direct loss through the pandemic. So that is obviously a completely different thing. If you've lost a loved one and stuff, that's heartbreaking and terrible. But there are also these people, you know, as people, we've not left for 3 months. So just to get out of the house, for one, is kind of quite scary for some people. So there's the level of fear that they have to deal with. You know, get them in the chair and just people are just appreciative of having the lift and having their haircut and feeling much better. You can just see the tension lift from their shoulders as you're doing it. Do you know what I mean? Because, you know, we've not been able to do it. But I would also, you know, honest communication, you know, let's not try and brush over the fact that this has happened. This has happened. You know, and there's many important topics that it's highlighted through happening, you know, through race, through sexuality, through age, through gender. You know, there's lots of stuff going on in the world that you can talk about. And now let's use this as our time to talk about it.
Well, so that's normally something that people steer clear of, isn't it? Is talking about politics and you know, hard stuff in the chair. But you're saying that this is a good time to kind of
yeah, I mean, everybody's going to have their own opinion, you know, and that's what we have to accept, that everybody is massively different and do have an opinion about things. We have a real kind of unique, beautiful thing where we have a client that sits with us and talks to us and unloads. So, you know, maybe we can learn off that client. Maybe that client can learn off of us.
Yeah.
I know the more positive and the more factual and the more opinionated that I am with my clients, you know, it helps me build a clientele. That's what they love.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I think, I don't know about you, but I do think sometimes like the idea of self-care and positivity can get lost in translation because it can just be used as like a marketing tool and like it's not authentic and real. Like, how do you truly feel about positivity, and like obviously the fact that people suffer throughout the world and your life isn't always positive. So how do you inject positivity or like live a positive life if you maybe aren't feeling positive?
Yeah.
I got there in the end, Louis.
Yeah.
I got in the end. So
Listen,
that's the main thing.
it happens a lot, but I think how I have managed my, you know, I've lived in a time when I've not been positive. I've lived in a really dark, negative time, and I've lived in a really uplifted, positive time. I think for me, you know, when I'm not feeling, when I'm feeling negative, if I, you know, I have to look at what I'm eating and what I'm doing with myself, and just those simple things are enough to change my mood and change my thought of my direction process of thought. You know, it really is as simple as that. And it's okay to feel down, like live with it, sit with it, but you know, get out and exercise and talk to people and express yourself. You know, we all feel down, and from feeling down, you know, you're able to appreciate the ups as well. But when you are feeling down, do the right thing for yourself. I used to fall into the trap of, you know, feeling down and then kind of taking myself even further down and having like a hangover to deal with on top of that, or you know, all the things that actually give you instant gratification, but you know, in the long run you're going to crash afterwards because it's not sustainable, and you know, that's not how to live.
Do you think that, I think that's the case with social media, because you get that instant dopamine hit and then you crash again because you're constantly looking for gratification. How do you feel about the likes of Instagram in regards to
the likes of Instagram has, you know, I have changed my career and my direction of my career through social media 100%. So there is a massive positive to it.
I mean, I have my career because of social
media. Yeah, you know.
I didn't do HJ social
media. You know, but it's a double-edged sword, isn't it? Because, you know, there are times when I'm sat in a scroll hole and I've been there and I've realized that I've not done anything apart from scroll through my phone. And it's and the more that we're in this heightened situation of lockdown and the new normal and not being able to socially interact properly, you know, but we just have to be really careful with it. We have to be really careful with it, and I really try my hardest to present a positive platform. And I think, you know, you attract what you are. The rules of attraction in life are definitely there. I've definitely found that that's the way it works for me, and the more I put in, the more I get out, the more, you know, I when I was in a negative headspace, I always found an enabler to make my behavior seem better, and to make me feel not so bad about the situation, and to make me feel like everybody kind of is in that situation. it works the same with positivity. My network, you know, sometimes you have to move forward from situations and people to go on to the next phase of life, and you know, I've chosen that will be positivity for me and empowerment, and you know, I think that's what's needed right now.
Have you been to, did you work on Saturday, on Sunday?
Sunday, yeah.
And how was that with your clients? Like, did you feel like you had to, that it was a different vibe for you, or that you had to inject more positivity than normal?
No, it was a different vibe in respect that it's just me in the salon on the Sunday.
Okay.
So I don't have the rest of the team there. So that's kind of different. I felt nerves from clients. I felt people that I felt that people are nervous to sort of know what to do for the best and to be out into the world and be functioning. I just pumped the music up, had some great tunes on, and just I'm really trying to come back into salon life and, you know, do it right for everybody and taking the time and not cramming people in and just really enjoying it, offering a luxurious, relaxing experience. Yes, there's barriers. Yes, there's a visor or a mask, you know, gloves, whatever, but we're able to work. You know, we've not worked for 3 months. Let's not dwell on negativity and blocks that are there to protect us, you know, because that's what it's for. At the end of the day, they're there to protect us. So we should embrace it, and we should move forward, and we should go on and get it.
I think that's a lovely note to end on. The last question that I have is, where can people find you? And like all your links, all the links that we can give.
Okay, so it's www.icanIamiwill.com and at I Can I Am and I Will by Louis Byrne on Instagram. That's our two main. And then on the website there is a link to our YouTube channel as well, where you can see the video content. The videos. That's all on the website too. I'm actually at the studio this morning, and it's the class of 2020. I Can Am and I Will. We're starting today.
Wow.
Yeah, so you're here on set with me, so that's really exciting.
Amazing. We've just had one question, so I'm going to put that through. Sarah on Facebook, bless her, says she's stressed again. She's a hairdresser in lockdown in Leicester.
Yeah.
So she's getting a lot of conflicting advice. Have you got any advice for Sarah who's stressing out at the moment?
Yeah, I think one of the massive problems that was highlighted through lockdown and through the pandemic is fake news and where to get our information supply from. You know, and that's where social media has a real negative influence, because Facebook and other networks can sort of post things that aren't real. So make sure that your information's real. Like, you know, check with the government. Journal. Hairdressers Journal, you know, British Beauty Council and Hairdressers Journal, boom.
NHBF.
Yeah, exactly. Check with the official facts and just try and shut off to whatever all the fake rubbish.
Yeah, Sarah, we're sending you lots of love. Hopefully Leicester will be able to open up soon, as soon as the rates go down.
Yeah, they had a bit of a spike, didn't they? So let's hope so. You know, we're London now. We're moving forward, and we were the first ones to kind of get it and lock down. Like, you know, it hit us, and now we're on the other side of it. Fingers crossed. Hopefully, with people, you know, doing as they should and following guidelines, then let's hope we can get back to it.
Louis, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you
today. Oh, you too. Thanks very much.
Thank you so much. And anyone that missed the start of it or is wondering any information about Louis, we went through all the chat before, so that will be available on IGTV and on Facebook and on YouTube and on the website to re-watch whenever you need to. Okay.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Take care, everybody. Bye.